All right, welcome back to Dale Kramer's Custom Cars and Anything. Well, this morning I'm going to try to get the oil pan on, you know, and I'm looking in the bottom of the oil pan here. And I am seeing some metal shavings, so that's not good news. Looks like not sure what it is. I think it's from the lifters. Let's get a high density flashlight on there once. Well, we'll clean her out, but also could be from something else too. I know when I inspected the motor, the bearings are great, everything was good. The only difference that was in the motor was that China cam. But when I inspected the cam actually looked good too, yet that I took out. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna keep going on this. You can kind of see the shavings in there. Now, one thing to keep in mind is this motor was I used it on several cars for dummy motor. And I welded next to it. I ground next to it, unfortunately. Various things. Yeah, I'm very disappointed seeing these metal shavings in there, but I'm just wondering, since there's no indication of nothing else going wrong, and there's no knocks in the motor, there was a ticking, tick, 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 tick. And heads are new, everything's new, that it was basically flushing itself out from the old cam yet. What I'm afraid of, though, maybe that's what blocked up the China lifters. Maybe I should dissect them. I flushed the motor out very good and all that stuff, but you know how it is. You still get stuff, and it all congregates in the bottom of the oil pan. It isn't a hell of a lot, but it isn't nothing to sneeze at either. You know what I mean? So what we're going to do is we're just going to keep the project moving ahead. We're going to put our faith into it. We don't know if it'll, because I was just under there, I was checking things again. I pulled another bearing cap off, looked at everything looks just absolutely perfect. Nothing, I tapped on it. What I do is I take a body hammer like this and I tap on it, see if there's a different sound, and see if I can tell if something's loose. Because if something's loose, then it's going to come up. I mean, it's going to be there. But what it looks like to me, it's more like cast. I should take a magnet to it once. Almost seems like sandblasting sand. It seems, it's weird. I don't quite get it, but let's see if it all sticks to this. Definitely metal. I do not want to see that. Trust me. Nobody wants to see that in their motors. I don't know what else I can do. Just go with it, I guess. just go with it, and if it don't work, well then we're back to square one. So I'm gonna dissect the oil filter too right away, and I quite frankly think, being a mock-up motor, I think stuff was rinsing out of it. Because you got to remember, I built that intake on this motor too. I mean, I was always careful, but you know, you get a little here, a little there, and then it all congregates in one area. That's a lot, you know. So we're gonna keep steam rolling ahead. And hope for the best. It's very, very scary, but in charted waters, I don't like to be now. And if it does do whatever it's gonna do, okay. I mean, this is the original oil pan off this motor. Look at the shape it's in. It's a low mileage motor. I bet those shavings are from that bad cam yet. I bet the motor rinsed itself out. I bet they all landed down here at the bottom. I'm going to bank on that. That's what it was. Because I can't find nothing else wrong with her. And if I do, I'll surely let everybody know. I mean, I'm getting to the point I should have just maybe went through it again and rebuilt the whole darn thing. That probably would have saved a lot of heartache. But everything from Mopar is so darn expensive right now, you know? And it seems like you can't work on cars anymore. It's getting... These companies are outpricing us. You know, it's like groceries and everything else is just... Everything is expensive. There's nothing cheap anymore. Wow, look at all that. NICs. It's all NICs. So, what I should do... So anyway, the real thing I was going to talk to you about on this oil pan was that... Oh, I got a run in there. I painted the outside of it. Because it had scratches in it. That's why I did it. But I didn't paint the inside. I didn't touch the inside at all. I didn't have to. So anyway, what I wanted to show you guys was that I guess I can't. I guess it won't tip forward. Should tip up, but it won't. There it goes. Where's the vise? There's the vise. Okay, I'm trying to do this. Now, when these oil pans, let's see, what's all my zoomed in here. These will get bent up a little bit, each one of these holes. So what I do is I put the oil pan on the side of a vise, and I take a body hammer, and I just give them a love tap. You don't want to bend them. You just want to make sure they're kind of straight. A lot of people forget to do this, and then it leaks. Then they call the gaskets junk, or remember those cheapy chrome valve covers? People always called them junk because they leaked. Well, they're made out of a thinner metal, and if you, every time you change a gasket, if you do this, even from the factory, you got to do it. When they punch the holes in there. You can see these are just bent up slightly. Okay, so now let's now that we got these all bent back, again, we use this body hammer with the flat side, and we anchor each point everywhere where we're going to hit. So you do that to all your everything, you know, those chrome valve covers, I never had a problem with them. That's because I did this. I pounded these back because each one of these, when you tighten up these bolts, they bend the metal like this out. And then what happens? You got a valley here, and then this tightens up before this tightens up. Now, if you keep everything level, it all tightens up against the seal. Just remember that. Changing valve covers, oil pan gaskets. Obviously, aluminum doesn't do like what this does. That's a good tip, trust me. You'll thank me for it. Anyway, I'm going to take this outside and I'm just going to spray it down with brake cleaner quick, make sure she's all ready to go. Then I sprayed the tube out already. The tube wasn't even dirty. So that little bit of stuff that was in the bottom, it must have been old cam material, you know. So I'm sure the motor just rinsed itself out. See, I rinsed it out after that bad cam. I wish I had the cam available. I wonder if I do. I should show you that cam. Yeah, I got it. I think I got it laying right here. I'm going to show you where those shavings came from. I know where they came from. They came from this cam. Let's see. This was the reason why this motor was trashed out. I don't know if you can see that. See that cam lobe there? Right here? See, so that's where the metal cast shavings. These are cast shavings, so I know it came from this cam. What it did is the motor just rinsed itself out of those, you know. Wish there was a way right now, you know, but that's where it came from, you know. That's where the shavings are from. That's the original cam. I wonder what I did with the lifter. I wonder if I threw that away. Save that for proof. Or do I still got it laying up here? I'm just looking. I wanted to show you the lifter. Maybe I threw it away. Let me look in my trash here. I want to see what's laying in there. Yeah, I got so much stuff in here. Maybe I can't even show it to you. I'm sure it's in here. Question is where. Well, you just gotta take my word for it, I guess. If I find it, I'll put it back on the channel. I should have saved it. I swear to God I did, but I think I saved the cam for art. I was gonna make some art out of it. Okay. I'm gonna pause this for a minute. I'll show you some art that I made in a little bit too. I'm gonna go clean out this oil pan outside quick with some brake cleaner. Brake cleaner will just hose away. I got it pretty much wiped out. It's just want to spray it down. All right, just went outside, hosed it down quick. Yeah, no, it was very minimal debris that was in here. You never like to see that, you know, none of us. But I think it's pretty safe to say that was still from the camshaft yet. This motor wasn't ran since that, you know, and now it has. So, oops, brake cleaner's eating my outside paint off. See, like I say, I didn't spray the inside, you know. So it's eating the paint off the outside of the thing. So, what's next? Well, we want to make sure everything's clean. Oil pan holes are all dented back. Pan is all superbly clean. And we got the tube. Man, I don't want to lay the tube here. I got all this crap here now. Got the tube all cleaned up. I wonder. I can just flip this maybe. Would that be worse? Oh, and I hit the camera. Okay, so yeah, if I look at the screen, that's just a piece of fuzz there. But that's the way it was when I took it on. This is a brand new tube, you know, and stuff, but brand new, like 65,000 miles ago. So now what we got to do here, we have to put a new O-ring on there. Now put a little bit of Vaseline on it, you know. And then the tube's ready to go in. So let's oh, I can't wait to get this oil pan on. It's just been, everything's like 50,000 volts, you know. It's for a good purpose, obviously, but it just gets old after a while. No, I'm sure that's what it was from. It was camshaft debris from the old cam yet that I didn't. You know, it comes out of every area. And once the crank starts turning and the pistons are sloshing and the, you know. Okay, so what do we all got in here? We should have an oil pan gasket / windage tray. Which we do. And an oil pan seal. Okay, that's good. Oh, we even did get some. See, there's gray high pressure silicone. That's, oh, they even came with studs. These are those plastic guide studs. Except I don't think I can use them in the front anyway. I'll have to do this freehand. So, okay, let's, the seal is probably good yet, but we're not going to trust it. It's not hard to pull the oil pan off the duster here because of the, oh, what am I doing here? I'm not even thinking. Let's grab a demo pick. Got that seal. Yeah, okay. Now let's clean that off. Let's see. Grab another paper towel again. No, if I get this on, then it's just, I gotta fix the exhaust that I had to cut. to take the heads off. Okay. And we want to look at it, make sure it's good. Okay, which it is. I can see that easily. Then we want to put just a little bit of Vaseline on there. That's what I do anyway. Just a little. Little on this side. Then we'll, that's why I grabbed the scissors. I was going to cut this open, wasn't I? Roll that out of there. And we'll put the seal on here. Boy, that fits loose. Huh. Well, I hope it seals. I like the other one. It stretched around there a little bit. We'll throw a little bit of Vaseline around there again. Okay. Boy, oh boy. I like the old seal better than the new one. And I could probably use the old one yet. I probably could, actually. Now I got instincts again happening. Big red flags are going up everywhere. Oh, you should put the old one back on there. So the tube's ready to go. Pan gasket's ready to go. Are we ready? I think we're ready. We're ready, Freddie. Put some of this back. Try to keep some of the tools put away anyway. It's on a hemi too, you know. It was nice too, you know. They're factory windows tray, you know, gaskets. So they're expensive. As you say the word hemi, it's expensive. I get so uptight sometimes about that price gouging, as you guys probably noticed on a lot of my other videos. I get mad, you know. Okay, so I suppose now I'm gonna get set up under the car and we'll get this baby in. All right. I know it's hard to film this down here now. Just be easier. Well, that's the best I think I'll get. So now I got 2 torque wrenches set up. One for 21 foot-pounds for the tube to torque that. I got one set up for 108 inch-pounds for the oil pan mounting bolts. I got the silicone ready to go. I got things wiped down. I got the new gasket is sitting there. So I got everything ready to go. Because once you start this process, you got to go, you know. So let's set that there. Okay. I'm getting a few things here out. Cause you got to put the gasket on, and tube on, and this on, and that all on, and it's all kind of one big mosh pit. And now I gotta get my butt under there. I gotta put this all together. Oh wait, I don't have the sockets for those bolts yet. Okay, I gotta grab them. I think that was 13 mil or something. I think. Where did I go with that now? Yeah, 13 millimeter. Okay, good. Okay. Now I think I got everything I'll lay under here until the project is done. But knowing me, I'll need something else. So I'm coming under. I'm on my way. Let's see. Set that there. Oh, pen goes the other way. Let's get that kind of there. Okay. Now here's where we're at. I got the 2 bolts there for that. Now, you probably can't see it, but where the, remember the big block Chryslers, they had that removable seal retainer? Well, this is kind of the same way. So between the aluminum seal retainer and the cast iron block, you got that joint there. So you should put a dab of gray high pressure there on each side. Then the front is like the big block cover too, where you should put silicone in those joints as well. So what we're gonna do that right away. Okay. Tell you what I'm gonna do though. We need. Yeah. See, I didn't bring a little ratchet. I gotta grab a 3/8 drive ratchet. Already forgot something. Like 14,000 tools here already. And it ain't enough yet. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna set up this ratchet. And if I can find the 13 millimeter socket I just brought under here. Oh, it's over there. Okay. We'll have that ready to go. Get some silicone ready to go. And then a rig. Okay. And then, yeah. So, this is where you work. Normally I would put anti-seize on the bolts, but there's so much of it on there yet from before. So I'm just going to take my chances here. Okay. Well, here goes nothing. So first we'll apply the silicone over the joints here. So do all 4 joints. Oh, that sway bar's in the way up here. I gotta use the finger. Okay. There's that. The lid back on it. Well, let's see. I wonder if we should put this around a little bit here too, maybe. Okay. Just to make sure that it's good to go. Okay, which it should be. Okay, so we got them joints covered. And the next thing Have our pan gasket. See, no, that's backwards already. Okay. Throw this up here. Now here's, I don't have that ready. What I do here is I throw a couple bolts in her. And all it's for is just to hold it for a second. There. I'll have to take them back out, but I'm going to get the tube on. I got fuzz on there again. More fuzz. Okay. Now we'll take the tube here. Man, I tell you, there's a lot going on at one time here. We'll get our nut started on the stud here. Okay, now that can be held. Now we're going to get the bolt in here. I'm looking at that seal again, and I'm not liking that one bit. Boy, that seal better not let me down. Or its Velcro will be on my shit list. Okay, now we're going to take our torque wrench we got set up at 21 foot-pounds here. First, let's snug them up with a little ratchet first. One. Okay. Now we're going to torque them at 21 foot-pounds. Oh, now I've got no adapter. Now I got to go get the adapter. Like I say, it's never enough. Meanwhile, everything's drying. So. There's the adapter. Okay. 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 I go just a little bit more since I'm using an extension. It takes a little bit of that torque out of it, you know, so you just go a nudge more. You can actually feel the bolt stop. Okay. Let's see now. That part is done. Okay. Next step. Let's get the ratchets all set up for the okay, where's my 10 millimeter? There's my 10. Okay, so let's see. I wonder if I should put an extension on there right away. Well, let's try it this way. I'm going to set up the drill, a 10 millimeter on it. Okay. Which there it is. It's so unbalanced, it doesn't want to stand up. And now we're ready to put the oil. Oh, that's going to be in the way of the oil pan. Let's just lay it down. And that's all ready to go. And then we got to take those 2 bolts out yet, don't we? And let's kind of get that there. There's 1. There's 2. Now they came with those plastic inserts you could put in there, but I got to lift mine over the rack and pinion steering nuts in here, so I can't use them. Otherwise, if it was a straight up kind of deal, well, it wouldn't be so bad. Okay, so we got that all torqued. Okay. Let's see. It's around. Come on. Where's the hole? Well, was it a gasket or what? Let's see. Okay. I got 1 there. So we got a pretty good start on that one. Now this is not the easiest to do it all. Okay. Okay. Just that easy. And then we had Only 14,000 of these, you know. Let's see. Yeah, I knew I'd forget to do that. I was going to clean out that oil. Shit. No, I have to be very careful. Darn it. I knew I'd forget to do that. I was going to clean out that silicone on that oil dipstick tube. Oh, got too damn excited again. I knew it. If I didn't lay that out, I'd forget it. So make sure your dipstick tube port is all cleaned out. Don't do what I just did. Forget about it. That's what I just did. Now I have the risk of putting silicone in the pickup tube and I'm not taking this all down again. There's just no way. The only person I can be mad at is myself. I'm the one at fault there. I think those little bit of shavings that were in the pan, they're not from the motor. They're actually from the old camshaft junk that was in here. And I think when I rinsed out the motor, I rinsed it out thoroughly, but again, it probably came out of somewhere where I didn't get to. That was the first time the motor's been ran. So when you have a bad camshaft, a lot of people, they're not taking off the oil pans and actually, cleaning them out. So now you can see the shavings that can be inside of there, That's just short here. Now you kind of understand, Oh, God. Still putting bolts in. Well, I can't complain. It's actually going well. Gotta keep her going. I don't know how many bolts was in the pan. Was there 14? I think. All right. One might be going in crooked. Now here I'm gonna have to. You want to make sure you start them in right. Oh, buddy, where you at? I have to try to get two hands up in there. No, I'm gonna do that. There's no room. Okay, I got one. Okay. There's only two behind the. Yeah. Got that one. Yeah, there's only two back there. God, look, my hands are full of anti-seize because that's why I'm not going to anti-seize the bolts again. Oh, there we go. On it right away. I have a corner one in there already. That's the one I was worried about. Well, obviously, that's the one I can't see. Okay, well, let's just keep spinning bolts for right now. We'll figure this all out. Okay, what does this side need? One right there. Okay. I'm so mad I didn't clean out that dipstick tool. Dang it. Guess you know I risk getting silicone in my. We got one there, and two there, three there. Okay. Three bolts yet. They're all here, except for the washers. With that. Oh, there's my alternator bolt. It's in the jack stand. Cool. On that anyway. Okay, so we got one there. Okay, that started. Okay, I gotta go find a couple washers, I think. What can I? Yeah. Oh, here. Yeah, I'm missing one washer. It must have fell off somewhere. Okay, now these were 8mm. Hmm. Okay. Okay, I gotta go grab some washers. Oh, just sit there and relax for a little while, guys. While I look for some. Oh. How did they go? Let's see. Okay, that's good. A little long. I don't know what the hell this is. Oh, it's gonna take me 20 minutes here, I bet. So just hang tight, guys. Just hang tight. I'm a looking, and I'm not finding. But I haven't gave up yet, so. One. I'm looking through my bolts right now. Go fix yourself a sandwich or something. Or grab yourself a snack or set a spell. Y'all come back now, yeah? Okay. And these are like way too long. See, what I did is. God, those might be too long. One. One, two. 1, 2, and 3, yeah? Afraid they're gonna be a lot too long, aren't they? 1, 2, 3. Where's the washers now? I'm just dumping everything out so I can get that cream. Where did all those go? Oh, jeepers creepers. Jeepers creepers! There they are. Geez, I finally found them. Just had to look in the old pill bottle. Good deal. Make up your mind what you're gonna do here now, bud. Let's see. I wonder if 5/16 washers would be more of a better thing, or a 1/4 inch washers, I should say. I don't know. I just don't know anymore. How's that sound? Okay, got 3 of them. We got three of these. I'm gonna go 1 of them. No, I'm just sorting through what I'm doing here. Got 1 of them and 1 of them. Okay. Then we got 1 of them and 1 of them. Okay, that's 2. And then we got, come on, we got 1 of them and 1 of them. Now I'm thinking this will work. Don't know that for sure, but I got more stuff here laying in front of me. Okay, what do we got going here now? I'm back again. So I'm back, back in the New York minute. Oh, old 70s song. And we got that one done. And we got it reach through here. Hopefully. This one in. And then I believe we only got this other one in front. I like to start these all by hand. Don't ever start them with a tool. Okay. Now we got it going like that. Now let's throw 10 on here. Let's do the middle one here first. Alright. I'll come across, skip one. Here and get this one. And I'll tighten up these up here on the cover. See my sway bar bushings. I gotta change them out. Not the right ones. Came with the kit. Okay. And we got that one, that one. Let's go back here. Okay. Oh, that look ugly. Well, I'm sorry. Socket don't want to fit on a 10mm. Okay. I gotta hold this differently. Yeah. I want to try it. And we should be back up to this one again. Okay, so now we gotta torque them all to 108 inch pounds. We got them. Okay, where are we gonna start? We'll start here. Okay. I'm so mad at myself for not cleaning out that dipstick hole. Like I say, I wasn't gonna go back and rip everything down, and I'm the one that's at fault there. I'm gonna go behind there. I wonder how I can get on there. Would this work? No. Not at all. Okay, that ain't working. Okay, so we gotta go like this. Lay on our side. Okay. coming around the bend. And the next one is this one. And this one. Ouch. Someone just poked me in the finger here. Where's my head here? I forget what. Okay. Almost. I forgot to tighten. Come on. Oh, God, I'm going to shred. I got to go there. I can't. There it goes. Okay. Okay, there. Oil pan is done. It is on, baby. It is on. Now, since I screwed that all up, let's try to wipe. God, look at all this anti-seize I got on it. Looks like silicone, but it's anti-seize. It's just the same color. See, let's feel it back here, make sure we got that right. Okay. I got the plug tight, I know that. Boy, does that feel good, boys and girls, that I got the oil pan back on. And now I know it's done right now. No, it shouldn't leak. Doing it right. But sometimes doing it right, it seems to leak, so. Everything under here is full of antifreeze. And then I took the head off. The heads, oh God, I tell you, used to look so beautiful under here. I did such a good job on detail. No, it just went straight the heck on me. I'm trying to wipe it down a little bit. Make it a little better than what it was. What it is, I should say. What it was better. Okay. Now, meanwhile, all this can fall in there now. Maybe I can clean it from the top better. Maybe I can see it better. I think I can actually. Okay, so that's how you put an oil pan on a 5.7. With lots of luck, it'll go just as good for you as it did for me. I had to find some washers, but other than that, that took a little bit of sandwich time, I guess. So there it is. Whoop, whoop, there it is. And I should do an inspection here. Oh, I hate this when you can't see nothing. Looks like my silicone oozed out. That's what I was looking at. Hopefully the bolts tightened all the way up, not that they bottomed out. I had that once before. I thought they were tight. And they bottomed out in the holes. Well, it looks right. It looks like everything compressed and some old silicone on there. It makes that look like hell. Okay. Okay. That is it for that. Let's get off from underneath here. I'm sick of this. Now the last thing I have to do is I have to work with the exhaust. Oh God. Exhaust. And everything done so nice. I didn't want to take the exhaust manifolds off the head, so I took the heads and the manifolds off at the same time. So I just cut the exhaust. That's what I did. All right. Another hour, 14-minute video. All right. So I thought I just got an email here from Finnegan. Anyway, I thought I'd just show you, take you on a tour here, how the motor mounts are. And if I can show you that even. Can I show you that? Huh. Well, at least not on the passenger side too easy. Everything's in the way. Yeah. This has to be, I guess. But yeah, there's the motor mounts to this side. My steering. And my AGE K-frame, you know. Just thought I'd show you some of this while we're in here. And my steering. Oh, there's always got to be a cable in the way. Kind of see the steering come down. Comes down underneath the cable. And that's a Fox body rack that's in here. And then I got a bump steer kit in here. Factory disc brakes. Those rods that you see going up, that's my fake coil springs. My coilovers, I mean. So I had to take my money and put it back in the motor here, so I couldn't buy coilovers. The money I spent on the motor, I could have bought coilovers. So yeah, so you can kind of see, you know, how everything fits. And you can see the room I had for the oil pan, so it was easy. It was easy to change the oil pan, actually, the oil pan gasket. So now that's all done right, so hopefully it don't leak, you know. You see the blue blue gasket in there. They got a high volume oil pump in it, you know. That's a Dodge Charger harmonic with Dodge Charger water pump, you know, and all that stuff. So this is all fit in here. Because if I use a truck one, then the alternator sits on top. Well, it bolts on the side right here where you see those two bolts right there. It fits just perfectly in here. So yeah. So anyway, and those are saddle mounts too, by the way. You know, like the factory Mopar saddle mounts they had. Not the studded mounts they had, the early mounts, the later mounts. That's what these are. So the bolt would have to break in order for the motor to move around. So anyway, but let's close this out. Let's call her even on this. And now I can clean out. I'm going to clean out that dipstick deal. The hole is clean. It's just around it, and it's way back there. And it makes me so mad that I forgot to do that. I told myself, make sure you do that before you put the pan on. So if you drop any silicone down, it'll just go to the floor, or you can wipe it off. Well, guess what? Dale forgot. So, you know, and it's not much. It's not much at all. It's just the little bit that I could get in there now to get in the pump screen, and that's what makes me mad. But anyway, we will talk to you later, you guys. We're gonna, on the next video, we're gonna be putting the radiator back in and the electric fan and all this stuff on the front. Can't put the belt on because that idler goes on to the driver's side head. Well, that's gonna be off until I get my lifters. I did order a set of sealed power lifters. Now, I hope I did the right thing. But sealed power to me is a good trusted name. So I'm going to go with them. And everybody says they're made in the USA, so I'm going to go with them. So I ordered them from Rock Auto. They won't be here till Tuesday, and today is what? Today is what, Sunday? Yeah, Sunday. Because we turned the clocks, yeah. We sprung ahead an hour. So anyway, on that sense, let's, on the next video, stay tuned. We'll be putting the radio, all that stuff back in it. And then Tuesday, hopefully we can put the heads back on it. We'll throw the lifters in and the heads on. And maybe we can start bringing some fire back to this. I would think by Wednesday or Thursday of this coming week, we should be able to fire it up for the first time again. So hopefully the clicking is gone. The material that was in the oil pan, I believe it's still from that cam. It was more of a cast. It wasn't bearing material. It wasn't nothing else. And again, I checked the bearings. We're good to go. Retorqued all that back up again. I did that off camera. And the motor don't clink at all. It just ticks. And I got a high volume oil pump in here, so idle it was 62 psi. Full throttle, revving the hell out of it was like 72 or something like that. It would go up to. So that's good enough. A Hemi requires at least 4 psi on an idle. That's why the lifters go to hell, and why they don't improve that. All they got to do, the Hemis are great. All they got to do is just put high volume oil pumps in them, because a lot of squad cars are going back in because they idle a lot, squad cars. And nobody can see that problem. I don't get it. Why can't anybody see that? You buy a new squad car, well, take it into a shop and have a high volume oil pump put in it right away. That squad car will outlast you. So I've been hearing that rumor, and I've been rebuilding these for years now. You know, I probably got 10, 12, 15 years in Hemis, so I know a lot about them. I know the do's and don'ts. I don't know 100% everything, but I know a lot, but I've acquired it from other people, and I'm not afraid to admit that. Everybody learns from one another. That's the way life is. So anyway, but you guys take care. Please like and subscribe if you can. We'll talk to you later. Next step is off camera, I'm going to clean that dipstick tube, and then I'm going to go to work and put away the tools I don't need out anymore, and then we'll start the video of the radiator install and stuff. So have a good evening, and thanks for watching. And on the website they were talking about how the small block Mopar is better than the Hemi, and well, yes and no. So that's all I'm going to say. I respect the small blocks. Never respect what was before all this. Never lose that respect. That's what I'm trying to say. I was always a big block guy. But anyway, we'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.